in our culture, I think we talk a lot about sex. We boast a lot about sexual experiences. We see it all over, posters on the sides of buses and computers, and we're hit with it from every angle. However, I don't think many of us actually stop to think about sex and to think about what is the purpose of sexuality and what does the sexual act mean. It's like, sex is a language. It speaks a language, and it communicates certain truths about the way that we see another person. And really, the best way I like to explain the meaning of sex is that the sexual act is where the words of the wedding vows become flesh. So it's as though they perfect and they consummate the words of the wedding vows, and they speak the same language as the wedding vows. So 5 days ago, we vowed to love each other freely, totally, faithfully, and fruitfully. We promised to love each other in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, for better or worse. I know them because it's fresh. All the days of our life until death do us part. And that is, when we profess the words of the wedding vows to each other, that's our spiritual commitment to each other, which is expressed through our verbal communication in the vows. But then that is perfected through the gift of that was perfected through the gift of myself to Maddie through my sexuality, and the gift of herself in her sexuality to me. And that act of sex speaks the same language of the wedding vows, and there's nothing more to give. There's nothing more to give after that. And if we were to reverse that, it simply it doesn't make any sense. Premarital sex outside of marriage, would be to communicate a lie to Madeleine, because I would be saying, well, I'm giving myself to you freely, totally, faithfully, and the vows, but not really. I haven't actually committed and vowed to love her forever. So if I had given myself to Maddie sexually prior to our wedding, I'd be speaking a language of a lie with my body. In the Catechism of the Catholic Church, what the definition of chastity is it's the perfect unity of the spiritual and the physical. And so it's when I made that spiritual commitment to Maddie with my wedding vows, okay, I spoke a certain language with my spirit, but then to truly live chastity, and which brings about authentic freedom and sexual freedom, is when I too then speak the same language with my body in the physical sense. And that's only possible after the vows, because it's very easy to give myself physically, but then really maybe I didn't mean that. But if I'm ready to if I'm ready to wait until the altar before I would give myself sexually to someone, then that person can know this is not just a fling, this is not just a bit of fun. He or she means this, and so then the sexual act has meaning. And that's why, again, we did choose to save the gift of our virginity and our sexuality for marriage, and it was packed with meaning. It had so much meaning because we knew it was about her, and it was about me, not just about the sex that we would give each other.